guys, this is Finn from Finley Clad Crochet, and I just want to do a quick tutorial for you guys on how to do the linked double crochet. This one is a little bit more advanced than just the basic stitches that I've shown so far, but it is the key stitch used in my most recent pattern for the Sage Croveralls. So I just wanted to offer up kind of a video tutorial of how to do that in case you're getting stuck. I did include a lot of pictures, but sometimes pictures don't quite cover it, so thought I would just give a real quick rundown of how to create that stitch. I think it's a really valuable stitch to know, so even if you're not working on that specific pattern, I think this is a really helpful stitch to kind of have in your repertoire because it works up to the height of a double crochet, so it works up quickly, but it links them together, which is one way to work around having a lot of loose holes between double crochets if you're working with kind of a looser gauge, bigger hook like I like to do. So this is kind of my way of hacking it, so it's kind of got the closeness and the denseness of a single crochet while working up as quickly as a double crochet. So you're going to go ahead and chain the number of stitches you want to have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll do 12, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you're going to add 2 for the turning chain. Not 3 like you might otherwise for a regular double crochet, because the linked double crochet actually starts out in your turning chain, which you'll see here in a moment. So to start with your first linked double crochet, you're going to go into the second loop from the hook, just like you would with a single crochet. You're not going to yarn over, you're just going to insert your hook into that second chain there and pull up 1 loop. So it kind of looks like you're starting like you're going to make a single crochet, but before you do anything else, you're going to actually insert your hook next into the next chain, the third chain there, and pull up another loop. So now you've got 3 loops on your hook like you would for any other double crochet, but you haven't done any yarn overs to achieve that yet. You're just working into, as you can see, these chains. And now you're just going to finish it like you would with any other double crochet, where you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's the creation of your first linked double crochet. And now the important part of the linked double crochet is recognizing what part you're going to work into that's going to link, which is the horizontal bar right here that you see going across the stitch. That is what is going to link up with the next stitch and the next stitch and the next stitch. So you're going to be working into that horizontal bar to create your following stitches. So again, no yarning over, you're just going to insert the hook under that bar right there, and you're going to pull up a loop, and it's going to look like this. You've got 1 loop extending kind of out of the middle of your first stitch, and then again with no yarning over, you're just going to insert your hook into the next free chain and pull up another loop. Again, you've got 3 loops on your hook here, but as you'll see, that horizontal bar of that first stitch is kind of being pulled across there, and you're working into it with these. You're going to finish it just like you would with a double crochet by yarning over, going through 2, yarning over, going through 2, and there you have 2 linked double crochet, which as you can see are linked by that horizontal bar there. So let's go ahead and go through that again. Here's the horizontal bar. You're going to go under it and pull up a loop, and then into the next free chain, then yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and you're going to keep going. One thing that is important with this stitch is you really want to pull up a pretty good amount of yarn when you're pulling up a loop from that horizontal bar, because it's easy for this stitch to really tighten up and cinch together if you don't make sure you're creating kind of a loose loop there. So you'll go ahead and work the rest of it, and as you'll see then, having pulled up the extra space there, there's a little bit more looseness. It's not super cinched in because they're linked. It's linking them without kind of constricting them when you make sure you have that space there. So keep going down to the end. It's a little bit clumsy at first, but when you get going, it's just like any other stitch. It comes naturally with time. But it can be a little bit of a moment of pause when you're going to make a double crochet and you realize you don't have to yarn over. That's definitely what slipped me up when I was learning this, is I kept going to yarn over and realizing that's not how you create the stitch. Here we go. Okay, and then you've got your first row of linked double crochet, and as you can see kind of what I was talking about, it's almost as if you have 2 rows of single crochet, because with them linked in the middle there, that's eliminating the space that you would usually get between 2 double crochet. It's the height of a double crochet, but it is linked together, so it's kind of closed up, and it's almost as if you've got a single crochet here and a single crochet there. So very useful for wanting to work up kind of tighter crocheted fabric in at a quicker pace than doing just like a single crochet. Also, I really love this this pattern of the horizontal bars going across. I think it's a really nice texture. I think it's really pretty, and I think it's kind of an interesting one. You don't see all that often, which is why I like to kind of randomly sprinkle it into my work now. So to turn and do the second row, you're going to chain up 3, turn your work, and starting this one is very similar to how you started with your first row, by going into the second chain from the hook, pulling up a loop. But now, instead of going into the next chain, you're going to work into the first stitch. So into the stitch and pull up another loop. So you've got 3 here. Then complete your double crochet. And then from there on out, you're going to be doing it just like you did the previous row, by inserting into this horizontal bar here, pulling up a loop, into the stitch, pulling through, pulling through. So we're going to continue in that fashion all the way down. I found that it can be a little bit more time consuming than a regular double crochet, just because you kind of need to make sure you're getting the loop under that horizontal bar correctly, but really a lot quicker than just doing single crochets, and a lot less monotonous in my opinion. So really, I was really excited to find this stitch and learn about it and start incorporating it into my work. It's very handy. All right, so we've finished our second row. So you can see on this side, you'll have that line of horizontal bars. And then if you flip gonna have the line in the first row, and then as you can continue to go, you'll see that it'll alternate between a row where you're seeing the back, the wrong side, and then a row where you're seeing the right side with the horizontal bars. So it does make for a fabric that is pretty much the same whichever way you want facing, because either way you're just going to be alternating between right side rows and wrong side rows. So that is just a simple rundown real quick of the linked double crochet. I'm going to create another video just for the sake of brevity to explain the decrease that I used in the pattern that I'm referring to. But if you're just looking to learn this stitch, that is really all you need to know about creating linked double crochet. So I hope this helps someone out there as much as it helped me. It's a very useful stitch, very fun stitch. So I hope you guys get some fun out of that as well. Good luck and happy hooking!